Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Two breaking stories we're following tonight. A man rushed to the hospital after being shot several times, but first, families forced from their homes because of a careless cook. The apartment manager desperately tried to fight the flames with a fire extinguisher, but it was too much.
At least 3 people taken to the hospital. Tim Pamplin has the night cam on the scene.
One of 3 victims being taken to the hospital right now from this apartment fire on Detroit's west side. We are at Larsa, just south of 8 Mile. Detroit Fire Department did a good job knocking this fire down, but it sent mothers with their babies out into the street tonight. Contained to one apartment complex, I'm being told it was a grease fire that got out of control and set the entire apartment on fire. Like I say, 3 people being transported for smoke inhalation. The lady there on the left in her robe, that's Lori. She's the wife of the apartment manager. She tells me he tried to battle this blaze, but it was too much.
And it was like flames. It was coming at him.
He couldn't do anything.
He couldn't do nothing.
Again, Detroit firefighters doing a stellar job containing this blaze to the one apartment unit, and for the efforts of the property manager getting his residents out to safety. That's the scene on the west side with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
All right, Tim, we're also following breaking news from Detroit's west side where a man has been shot several times inside a home. This is the scene on Sorrento Street near Outer Drive and the Lodge. The man was sitting in the kitchen when someone started shooting. He tried to take cover, but as I mentioned, he ended up getting hit several times and listed right now in temporary serious condition. No arrests have yet been made.
A major new twist tonight in the transgender bathroom battle. The Trump administration has ended federal protection for transgender students that allowed them to use bathrooms matching their gender identities. Jermont Terry is live with what it means for families. Jermont?
Kimberly, while the gender-neutral bathroom restrictions are lifted, there are still measures in place tonight to protect against bullying. But some in the transgender community are still questioning this reversal. President Trump's administration refused to back federal parameters outlining how public schools should enforce Title IX. Under Title IX, transgender-aged children were allowed to use the bathroom and locker rooms matching their chosen identity, not their born identity. But now that's no longer required.
Would have had gender-neutral bathrooms, we wouldn't be having this conversation anyways.
Jaleesa Abad fights for transgender rights with Fair Michigan.
Every single day.
She considers Wednesday's decision as a slight setback.
Nothing is wrong with letting the local district decide if we do a proper job of educating people of what it's like to be transgender.
Just last week, we introduced you to an Ann Arbor family whose 8-year-old son is transgender. They joined 800 other families in writing a solidarity letter to the president. These families were among those hoping the Trump administration would keep this form of protection intact. But now Abad worries how this could hurt in acceptance and fair treatment.
Ultimately, all we want to do is be great like everybody else and use a bathroom. Prior to this, transgender kids were using the bathroom, and we've never heard anywhere of an instance where it has been a problem.
This has been a divisive issue, and Abad tells me this may be considered a stumbling block, but it's brought awareness to the trans community and the national spotlight.
We know who our president is. Unfortunately, there's several things that we're going to have to continue to fight that might be a little harder, but we're going to get through it.
Now, we do know that a letter went out to local schools today from the federal government, and in that it pointed out that the original orders essentially caused so much confusion. Those in the trans community tonight telling me they will wait to see if this causes more confusion or clarifies anything. We'll have to wait and see. Reporting live tonight, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
This guy is disgusting. This guy is despicable. He is a monster.
Some strong words there from Attorney General Bill Schuette, who announced 22 new charges against former U.S. gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. Nassar is charged with sexually assaulting 9 girls while treating gymnasts. He'll be in court tomorrow for arraignment. Schuette says the case remains open and is urging other potential victims to come forward.
Dan Gilbert is ready to build the tallest skyscraper in the city of Detroit. Yes, it would surpass the Renaissance Center. Tonight, the first look at the 734-foot tall tower and all that it would include. Mara McDonald is live at the old Hudson site where that project is planned. Mara?
Good evening to you, Devin. And you know what Team Gilbert has the working title of this new project? Hudson's. Take a look. When Detroit's iconic and beloved Hudson's department store was imploded nearly 20 years ago, it wasn't just another building, but a piece of city heritage that touched families for generations. Since that time, the site has remained vacant, while so much new has popped up around it or been renovated. Now enter Dan Gilbert, who showed off his plans to the Downtown Development Authority, and they're big, as in $700 million worth of a new skyscraper.
I think that he's doing a great job of renovating the buildings down here, but yeah, if he can build a new one too, why not, right?
It's not just an office tower either. What would rise up is a 52-story tower with 250 rental apartments, offices, and a theater, plus other retail space. We're talking a total of 1.2 million square feet.
I moved down here maybe 4 years ago, and to see the progress, it's definitely amazing. Thank you, Dan Gilbert.
The planned tower would actually be 734 feet high, making it just a couple of feet taller than the Renaissance Center.
It's about time that they did something with this area. And this is a popular area. A lot of people is down here, so that's good.
Back here live, Gilbert's team has made it clear that they are going to require tax incentives from the state to build the full scope of this project. Now, those tax incentives have already been talked about in the state Senate and passed and voted on. They have not been discussed in the state House, but the Downtown Development Authority is giving them until November 1st to get it done. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
What a visual. All right, Mara. Sterling Heights now waiting on a judge to approve settlements that will allow the construction of a controversial mosque to move forward. The city cited zoning issues for denying the mosque, but the Department of Justice sued, saying that amounted to religious discrimination. You can read the full settlement on clickondetroit.com.
A former Volkswagen executive will be in federal court tomorrow to be arraigned in the automaker's emissions scandal. The FBI accuses the company of cheating on emissions tests. Oliver Schmidt was VW's top emissions compliance manager. The feds say he played a major role in the cover-up.
Well, we often hear his name when talking about the NAACP, but tonight, Wendell Anthony honored for his other job as a pastor. Fellowship Chapel celebrated Reverend Anthony's 30 years of service as their church leader, and that tribute is going to continue on Sunday with Jesse Jackson serving as guest speaker during what will be the anniversary church service. Actor Mark Wahlberg spending time in Detroit again this afternoon, talking to fans at where else? Wahlburgers in Greektown.
Which is going gangbusters, by the way. He shook hands with people in the crowd when he walked in. Looks like he took some selfies, too. Wahlberg says he likes to swing by when he can because he's a big fan of the city.
I come by every chance I get. I got so many friends here in Detroit. You know, want to visit all my buddies, go to my favorite restaurants, and, you know, come here and thank the staff for all their hard work.
And Wahlberg also spent time in Grand Rapids earlier this week.
Place has been packed. We got Shake Shack opening tomorrow.
Exactly.
Burger wars are starting.
We'll see how the competition goes. All right, tonight's Powerball jackpot, $403 million.
Winning numbers were drawn just a short time ago, and here they are. 10, 13, 28, 52, 61. The Powerball number is 2. Did you hear that, Karen Drew? Did you get all those?
I don't hear anybody screaming.
Nothing yet. We'll see if she shows up to work tomorrow. We'll show you those numbers again a little later in the newscast.
All right, a popular navigation app ready to head in a new direction. The new feature Waze is planning to offer soon.
Also, I guess you'd say she gets an A for effort, but you'll see why this woman's cartwheels got her arrested. A for arrested. B for Ben and Bailey.
Look at you. That's a book.
Microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
there you go.
That's all you need to see. It's going to be 50 in the morning. We'll talk about some warmer temperatures coming up.
They're women who've been sexually abused, in other cases trafficked. And now a Metro Detroit mother is coming to their rescue.
I was an abused child, and I thought to myself, this is speaking to me. I need to do something.
Making jewelry, mending souls, and moving on.
I can't do this on my own anymore.
Hear from the women themselves what happens after they're rescued, coming up.
When life... There's people on every corner waiting, you know, just for, like, they look for women that are vulnerable and using, you know, normally to take advantage of the situation.
A story about empowering and employing women survivors of sexual abuse and human trafficking.
All too often, we report on the growing number of victims. Tonight, Local 4 Defender Karen Drew shows us how a local woman is helping others after they've been abused or trafficked.
I'm going to take you to a safe house in Howell. It's called Aaliyah's House. The women living there are tucked away from their abusers and traffickers.
Let's get our sign in.
Joanne Ewald arrives to this safe house and unpacks boxes of material to be used in a jewelry making session.
All of our jewelry is made from small automotive parts and reclaimed leather, scrap leather that we get from local Detroit resources.
But this gathering isn't merely about making jewelry, it's about mending souls.
It was about 3 years ago. I started learning about human trafficking, and it just really, it broke my heart. I was an abused child, and I thought to myself, this is speaking to me. I need to do something.
Joanne thought, what can she do? Well, she is a jewelry artist.
And I thought, well, let's start with jewelry.
At the table, Paige and Renee, two different women with two different stories.
I just couldn't get out myself. I needed help.
Both have been here just over a year.
So when I got here, it was like home.
Needing a place to heal.
I've been abused in my life, and then, you know, with self-confidence, and I wasn't taught the right coping skills. I ended up, you know, getting into addiction really bad. That started about 19 and went for the next 5 years.
Things have changed for Paige. First, the 26-year-old mom found this safe place to live.
We see these girls that have had no value, never stability in their life, and you know, now they have stability.
Next came Joanne and her Mend on the Move jewelry making business, bringing them employment right to their safe home.
It's more than just a job, because when Joanne comes in, you know, and brings that, it's really almost like being in a therapy session.
I think it's really important for them to realize that, you know, the abuse that's happened to them is not a definition of who they are. And I think it's really good for them to see that me as a survivor, look what I was able to overcome and do myself. You get the idea, right?
I like it. The hours at the table brings conversation, hope, inspiration, and money in the women's pockets. Money for a brighter future. Handcrafted jewelry created by survivors who found the courage to begin again.
It was just really inspirational to me. It was like making a change, like something that I would want to do.
Joanne hopes these pieces of artwork, once sold, can start a conversation and break the silence of abuse and trafficking.
I'd say Mend on the Move is what the desires of my heart really look like. Perfect.
If you'd like more information on Mend on the Move, or you'd like to see all the different kind of jewelry they make, like this necklace, for example, I'm wearing, I posted a link to their website on the Local 4 Defenders page. Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders.
So sad how necessary it is, though, because every story we seem to do on trafficking these days is worse than the last.
You're right, and a unique way to bring awareness to something that really needs to be discussed.
Sure. Let's take a look at what Defender Kevin Dietz has coming up for tomorrow night at 11.
The feds say they used their badges to steal over $1 million, but now the two convicted cops are speaking out.
I believe they saw an opportunity to make some headlines, and they took it.
Accusing the government of ignoring evidence they say proves they are innocent.
How do you believe we're going to commit this crime if, in fact, we went to Internal Affairs and told them?
Calling for the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office to be investigated.
I believe if a grand jury investigation is opened up, I believe the truth will come out.
A Defenders exclusive tomorrow night at 11.
We've had some mild winters, but this is kind of silly.
Yeah, it takes a cake.
And I can't remember the last time we had a severe weather threat in February,
yeah.
Which we will.
Other than, like I say, a blizzard or ice warning.
Exactly.
Right.
But this is going to be lightning strikes the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And in fact, 4 Live Radar tonight has got a line of thunderstorms. This is up north, just off the shoreline here of Lake Michigan, heading towards Traverse City. Pretty intense line of storms. There's lightning out there, too. I mean, it's one thing for us to see it down here in the southern part of the state, but for those folks up in Traverse City, it's probably not something they see much come February. But right now, they're could be a little bit of hail embedded in that line. Does not look severe, but as we fast forward into Friday, we've definitely got a shot at some strong weather. We're going to be in the warm sector in this orange area. This is where the warm, humid areas at the surface. These winds coming up out of the south, very strong cold front. Temperatures, big difference on either side. That indicates the strength of that front. And then just a couple thousand feet above in the air, and maybe even less than that, winds coming even faster from a different direction. That's what we call wind shear, and that is going to be one of the big ingredients to lead to those potential thunderstorms that could become severe on Friday night. Kind of a gauzy look there to the skyline. We've got some areas of fog out there. It's not real dense, but it's noticeable. 56 is where we're at right now temperature-wise in Metro. We've got a 9-mile-an-hour wind, and we should see these temperatures settle just a few more degrees down into the low and mid-50s for overnight lows. You can see the difference between the cold air that's up there to the north. They've still got those blizzard watches and warnings out in the plain states up towards Minnesota, where they're expecting upwards of a foot of snow. Of course, we're going to be on the warm side of things, and as we get into the next few days, we'll be watching what's going on down to the south. Just a slight chance at a sprinkle as we head towards daybreak tomorrow morning. Most of us are going to stay dry. Late Thursday night into Friday, we get some rain. That's not the main event. That is, as the line of thunderstorms comes through here. Again, Friday evening into very early Saturday morning, and look at that. Snow as we head into the later parts of Saturday. It's just going to be some snow showers, not going to accumulate, but it's been a while since we've seen that. 54 tonight for the overnight low. High temperatures tomorrow will hit the 60s. Will not break a record, but we will get to around 61 in the city of Detroit. Very similar numbers in our south zone tomorrow. In fact, some upper 50s out there in Lenawee County. West zone numbers, everybody's in the 50s, and same goes for the north zone tomorrow, but we'll make up for it on Friday because we're going to set a record before those thunderstorms arrive. 68 degrees on Friday afternoon. Thunderstorms rolling in there Friday night, and then we start getting back to winter. 43 for a morning high temperature Saturday, and we hit the 30s for Sunday. Morning lows in the 20s. We've got it all.
Yeah.
Just take your pick.
Including thunderstorms. Crazy. All right.
Okay, Ben. Well, knives being pulled off shelves because, well, they cut like knives. We'll explain this unusual recall.
Also, she's showing her gymnastic skills to the wrong person. Why this woman's cartwheels put her in jail.
Well, all she had to do was walk a straight line, but she decided to go above and beyond with gymnastics.
And that was extra credit that sent a woman suspected of drunk driving to jail.
We're not doing yoga. I don't know what you're doing. Put your hands down. Okay, I didn't ask you to somersault.
That's an officer in New Mexico, rather confused as to why the woman is doing cartwheels when he asked her to walk in a line. In fact, she ended up doing 3 before he finally gave up and arrested her for drunk driving.
Okay, help me, Hank. Alert to tell you about tonight. They're used for cutting. They're not supposed to cut you, but that's the problem with one popular brand of knives. Calphalon is recalling its contemporary cutlery knives because they've received more than 3,000 reports of the knives breaking, and in more than 24 cases, they caused finger or hand lacerations. We posted information on how to get a replacement on the Help Me Hank page of clickondetroit.com. Family, friends, and dignitaries packed the Fox Theater today to celebrate the life of Mike Ilitch.
Tribute was held inside the iconic building that he bought and so famously renovated, bringing back to life that part of a big piece of Detroit. Former President George W. Bush was a friend of Mike Ilitch, and he was among those to speak at today's ceremonies. Well, just hours after we showed you this video of a man breaking into a home in Fort Gratiot, police say he is now in custody. Surveillance showed him, trying to cover his face, and he realized that was a camera pointing right at him. But he was identified and arrested late tonight.
Verizon is bringing its new 5G network to Ann Arbor. The wireless network will begin testing its services with select pilot customers very soon. Ann Arbor is one of 11 cities that will be tested.
Popular navigation app Waze is getting into the carpool business, or at least looking at it. According to the Wall Street Journal, Google, which owns Waze, is testing carpooling through the app in Israel and San Francisco. The app encourages users to pick up other users who are on the same route. If successful, it would expand to other cities. I don't know how you do this, like a mid-drive transfer of passengers or something.
How are they going to monetize that?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
We'll see. Yeah.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi. We're talking about college basketball. Will Michigan make it? Will they not? They're still on that bubble. They took on Rutgers tonight on the road. Highlights next in sports.
Well, coming up Thursday morning on Local 4 News Today, a trendy food spot is getting ready to open right in our backyard. We're going to tell you who.
Plus, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. From stubborn stains to skincare, we've got surprising uses for lemons for Thrifty Thursday at 5:50.
And as always, we've got your weather and traffic updates on the 4s. Detroit mornings start here from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
See you in the morning.